Coach, this past weekend, Miami went 4-1 in Florida at the Spring Games tournament. Can you talk about the weekend, the factors you thought contributed to the team's successes, starting with Friday's games?
Yeah, so Friday we opened up with Iowa, who we knew going into that game was going to be a really good team. They were playing really well, and we knew that their strength was going to be in the circle. And I think the score of the game was indicative of how that one went. And for us, we knew going into it that we were going to need to pitch it well, play great defense, and we're going to have to find ways to get on base and get timely hits. And that's exactly what our team was able to do. And just starting with talking about Courtney threw a great game against those guys. And offensively they're strong as well, and I thought that the defense played extremely well, and to hold a team like that to one run was pretty awesome. And again, we just found ways to get timely hits, and we, to be honest, that was the best game that our team has played all year. Our play, I mean, they executed everything, every play that we could have called. So we were really happy with what we saw. But most importantly, I just loved the way that they played the game. I mean, they played with a ton of energy and grit, and it was a lot of fun to see that. And in that second game, we played FAU, and Bree had a good start for us, and she only gave up, I think, one earned run, so really liked what she did in the circle, and the defense again played well behind her. And it was one of those games where late in the game we found a way to take advantage of FAU's mistakes in the field, and I feel like we've kind of been on the opposite end of that these past couple of weeks. So it was nice for us to just find a way to win that game, and our kids definitely grinded and battled to that last out. And Florida Atlantic was a good team, and just happy to have gotten that win.
You went 1-1 on Saturday, dropping a tough one against Middle Tennessee, but then bouncing back against South Alabama. Can you share your thoughts on Saturday?
Middle Tennessee just outplayed us. Unfortunately, games like that just happen, and they just pitched better. They played better defense. They executed really well, and they got the big hits when they needed it, and we just didn't do it. But the message was real simple after that game to our team. It was simply, okay, how do we respond this next game? Because it was a doubleheader, and we had to have a short-term memory and turn around and play another great team in South Alabama who had just beaten Iowa. So to start with Taylor Rothy in that game, I mean, she, Bree and Courtney have been throwing majority of the innings. So Taylor, we gave her the ball that game, and I'm just so proud of what she was able to do. I mean, she was outstanding for us, and she didn't give up any earned runs. So just happy with what she was able to do for us. And again, it was a game where we relied on timely hits, and Allie came up in the middle part of the game and got a big hit home run for us. And then Holly later in the game drove in 2 runs, and really happy with her progress over this weekend, as she's somebody who's going to be a big part of our offense. So overall, just happy with our team's response in that South Alabama game.
On Sunday, you secured a 3-2 victory over
Yes.
Florida Gulf Coast. Can you talk about that game?
Yes, very similar to Iowa as far as our thoughts on that game going into it. They have strong pitching. That's their strength. And again, it was going to be a game where we needed to be strong in the circle, strong on defense, and we needed to find ways to get on base and get timely hits. And starting with pitching, we ended up throwing all 3 pitchers that game, and Taylor started, Bree came in and did a great job, and Courtney closed on the back end. And defensively, I thought Adriana Barlow had a fantastic game. I mean, she was just all over the place making plays, and she just did a fantastic job for us out there at shortstop. And from an offensive standpoint, Morgan Lott, I believe she had 3 hits that game, and Morgan's really just been the spark of our offense, and it seems to be when Morgan's going, the rest of the offense is going. So she was a big part of our weekend and led the team in batting average. And so yeah, she did a great job, and Holly had another good game for us. And we went into the 7th inning. It was a 2-2 ball game, bases loaded, and Allie hits a hard ground ball over to the right side of the field, and we found a way to win. So just really liked the way the kids came out and played the game. And the biggest message that we talked about this week was the one thing that we're always going to be able to control is the way we play the game. So overall, just happy with how we finished the tournament. And you always go into a tournament wanting to win every game, but I think we learned some valuable lessons in that Middle Tennessee State game, and overall just happy with the weekend.
This upcoming weekend, Miami plays at home on Saturday and Sunday. What are
Yes.
you and the team looking forward to about playing in front of your home crowd for the first time this season?
Yeah, obviously we're excited about that. We've been road warriors for the past 2 weekends, so it'll be nice to get home and play in front of our crowd. And I think we always have a great atmosphere at home, and we've got a lot of support. So I know that our staff and our players, most importantly, are really looking forward to that. And tournament play is necessary, and we enjoy the tournament play, but it'll also be nice just to get home and kind of be on a more normal routine. So when you get to tournament play, you're dealing with a lot of changes in schedule, and your routine's just not as consistent as it is when you're at home. So yes, definitely excited about having an opportunity to play at home this weekend.
The Redhawks play Eastern Illinois to start the weekend. What are you expecting to see from the Panthers?
Yeah, we played them last year in Lipscomb. We ended up winning that game 3-1, and a lot of their players are back. However, it's a new coaching staff, and anytime you have a new coaching staff, the style of play is going to be a little bit different. And the pitcher that we faced last year doesn't seem like she's getting a lot of the innings this year. So there's 2 new pitchers that I know Coach Zirkle and Coach Sanders are going to have our kids ready and prep for. And they've been playing well. They've played pretty good teams, and it looks like offensively they got a couple of kids, especially at the top, that they've been swinging the bats really, really well. So we're going to have to find a way to contain them. It does look like they're stealing a little bit, so we're going to have to be able to defend that, defend the running game. But no, I know that they're going to be a good team, and I know they'll be ready to go this weekend.
Miami also plays Green Bay this weekend. What do you know about Green Bay?
Again, very similar to Eastern Illinois. We played them last year as well. Majority of the team is back, but the coaching staff is different. So, again, it's going to be a different style of play from an offensive standpoint. For us, we're very familiar with their number one, as she threw the whole game against us last year, and she's a good little pitcher, and she does a good job of throwing off-speed pitches. And I know Coach Sanders is going to work hard this week on getting our offense prep for that. But we had a chance to see them up in Chicago, and the one thing that we noticed about them is that they're gritty and they're scrappy, and those teams are hard to play because regardless of score, they're always going to play really hard to the last out. So, nonetheless, it's always going to come down to us and what we're able to do, and just excited to be at home this weekend.
Thank you for your time and good luck this weekend.
Thank you.